Good morning. A very beautiful morning to dear students. Welcome back English Bal Bharati class 4. Now we are going to learn our next poem from English Bal Bharati textbook, poem number 12. Why English is so hard? I thought that all students are thinking about that. Yes, that is the real question. English, we have to feel English is so hard. Let's find out what we have to learn in this interesting poem. Poem number 12. Why English is so hard? First one, I will read the poem, then explain the stanza one by one. Well, begin with a box, and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. You may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice. But the plural of house is houses, not highs. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? And I speak of a foot, and you show me your feet, but I gave you a boot. Would a pair be called bait? That one may be that, and three may be those. Yet the plural of hat would never be hose. The masculine pronouns are he, she, and him. But imagine the feminine she, she's, and shim. So, our English, I think you will all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. So, here the poet says that English is so trickiest. It is so difficult because all words it is changes by sentence and by their singular and plural nouns. Let's see the first stanza from the poem. Here the poet says about why we have to think English is so hard language. Let's understood from the first stanza. Well begin with a box and the plural is boxes. But the plural of ox should be oxen, not oxes. Now here we all know in a singular and plural noun which words ending x that we have to change in plural by adding es, and therefore box change in the boxes in the plural form. So the poet here telling us if the box is changing in the boxes, why not ox changes in oxes? But what is the plural of ox? It is the oxen. So English is very interesting language. That box, the word noun end with the x. That in the plural form we join es with the box. The poet said that why should the ox not oxes? So that is the oxen. It means the both noun are differently in a singular and plural noun. Next stanza. You may find a lone mouse or a whole lot of mice. But the plural of a house is houses, not highs. See, now here Once again, a single noun mouse and a plural noun of mouse is the mice. But the word house in the singular form make a changes in plural form. House we write in the plural form like a houses, not a highs. Now here the poet tell that there is not a uniform rules for the singular and plural words. Here mouse becoming mice and the house becoming houses, not a highs. It's a question raised by the poet. It means when we have to change the singular noun into the plural form, that all words are not same there. So there is not a uniform rule for each word. That poet says or asking the question from the poem. Next. If the plural of man is always called men, why shouldn't the plural of pan be called pen? Now here again, see, man turned into the plural and we called it man, right? So the pan, which is the singular form, we do not call it pen, but we call it pan, pans, right? It means both word which is singular form, their spelling are same, but when we are converting into the plural form, that they should change in their spelling. So the poet is asking, she got confused that here with the word man change into man, but the word pen does not change into pen, it's changed as a pants. Now next. And I speak of a foot and you show me your feet, but I give you a boot, would you pair be called bit? See, here again, once again the question raised by the poet. If I ask to show your foot, that foot is the singular word, and you show me your feet, feet is the plural form. So foot is asking if you have give a boot, would you maybe called boot as a beat? Why? So poet asking or raising a question to all of us. So there is he it called be a bit, should the boot with the change with the boots only. It means the in the singular form we called boot, and the into the plural form we join s with the boot. It means boots. So both word foot, boot is the same, but when we convert into the plural form, they both are changes. It means foot is convert into the feet and boot is convert into the boot. So poet is very confused that how trickiest language this is. Now, now next, that one may be that and three may be those. Eight the plural of hat would never be hose. See, we use that things that are far and in a singular form, so it's any object, it is far away, and it's more than one, it's changed as a those. So the hat should be changed as hats, not a hose. But should it change as hose? No. Hat changes in hats into the plural form. So once again we know there is no rules in English, which is all words are same at the time. See, when we have to show a single noun which is far away from us, that we called it that, and more than one we call that those. And here the poet once again asking the question to all of us, that hat, that hat, the same words are there, but when we convert into the plural form, those are the different. That is becoming those and had becoming hats. Now next stanza. The masculine pronouns are he, his and him. But imagine the feminine she, she's, shim. So that is the very question that poet raising to all of us. Now we learn about the gender. Gender we already know that in the grammar section we learn that. So there are four kinds of gender. So here in the masculine pronouns as he, his and him. Gender tell about it is boy or girl, and pronouns means the word we uses instead of noun. But in the masculine pronouns we use he, his and him for the masculine gender. But in the feminine form or feminine gender, here we use that about girls or female. So actually she, hers and her, that we are used as the grammatical, but should change as like she, she's or shim. Now again poet express himself that why he think English is so hard and difficult language. Now as the point of view of poet, he says that when in the gender form we use for masculine pronouns he, his and him, why should we not use she, she's, shim for the feminine gender? But instead of she, she's, shim, we use in the feminine pronouns she, her and hers. Now we have reached at the end of the poem. So our English, I think you will all agree, is the trickiest language you ever did see. So after listening the whole poem, I am sure you must be think like the poet. Yes, no, you also thinking like the poet. English is so hard. So English is the trickiest language. Trickiest means the difficult language. So we call English is the funny language because there is no rules apply in the same way for all the situation of the poem to till end. The poem of the poet expressed himself and said English is so hard. You understood the rules and the found new words. You can easily learn the English language. If you have lot of words, you have dictionary, you can search or you can find the new words. You have to know all the rules and regulations, whatever you have to taught in English grammar, then English is very easy from the other language. So do not think like the poet. Poet just expressing his opinion through the poem. So do not think like the poet. The English is so hard. I thought that English is very easy language. I hope do you understood that English is very easy language. Let's see in the next lecture. Goodbye. Take care. Thank you.